Hello Governors, welcome to Commander Community Intel, your pre-launch briefing on new commanders. I'm Leo.
Hi Governors, I'm Sunny. Before a new commander goes live, we dig into creator reviews and community discussions to gather the intel. What are governors expecting and what's the community really saying?
In this video, we'll talk about the upcoming new commander, Vercingetorix. If you don't have a clue yet, maybe this video will help you to get an overall view of it.
All analysis based on creator testing and community feedback. The commander's true performance will only become clear once KVK combat begins and may vary with future updates. Be sure to check post-launch reports before making your final decision.
So let's dive in. Vercingetorix has skills for both roles, but as Cortex put it, you almost all the time want to use this guy as a secondary, not a primary. So that's where we'll focus. Vercingetorix is a trigger machine that converts timing into damage. His core logic has two layers. Layer 1 is his expertise, which is 40% all damage boost. When Vercingetorix is in the second slot, the primary commander's troop gain a 40% bonus to all damage dealt for 1 second before their active skill fires. Take King Arthur as an example. This means every time Arthur slams his AoE skill, that hit already has 40% baked in before it lands. It sounds promising, but based on creators' testing, there's a limitation we need to pay attention to. Active skills triggered by passive effects do not trigger the 40% expertise buff. Only manually cast actives count. Which also means Achilles' expertise granted extra active skill does not trigger the 40% buff.
Layer 2 refers to the rage ecosystem, rage reduction chain. His skill 2 says, if this commander's troop is on the map, his basic attack has a 20% chance to reduce the target's rage by 50, 3-second cooldown. Whenever Versus own troop causes an enemy to lose 100 rage, Versus troop deals 5% more direct or combo smite damage, stack up to 4 times with a 5-second duration refreshes per stack. Skill 4 also says, if this commander is in a field troop, which means non-rallied aggression, on basic attack, 10% chance to grant an 800 factor mighty shield to the lowest HP nearby friendly or allied troop, including his own troop, for 3 seconds, 5-second cooldown. Whenever a shield granted by this commander is broken, whether on Versus own troop or on an ally, Versus troop immediately gain 100 rage and deals 10% more normal damage for 5 seconds, stacks up to 4 times duration reset per stacks. Here's the creator consensus on stacking. Max stacks is equal to 20% direct or combo smite damage from skill 2 and 40% normal damage including combo from skill 4. But this is only the theory. In practice, the 3-second cooldown combined with 5-second duration windows makes full stacking unreliable in a back-and-forth open field. Both Omiarch and Cortex like this.
Overall, everything in his kit rewards the same behavior. More combo attacks, more rage reduction triggers, more stacks, more return. This is the underlying reason his value scales so steeply with combo-heavy primary commanders. So what are the possible usage scenarios for Vercingetorix? Vercingetorix has a pure support or buff kit, no gathering bonuses, so it's not for gathering. For barbarians or field PvE, his 30% health and 20% damage reduction do make him durable as a secondary, but this is a side effect. No creator recommends building Vercingetorix only for PvE purposes. Rally requires high burst damage output. The 40% expertise buff is a highlight, but Vercingetorix himself contributes little direct damage. No creators currently recommend a rally build. And for open field or KVK, this is where the genuine debate lies. Bullish views from Omniarch and Chisgol are, his active skill buffs up to 4 nearby allies with 30% attack every 6 to 8 seconds. In a 6-7 March lineup, that's essentially a permanent army-wide attack buff. The 40% march speed slow can define the push-pull rhythm of a ball fight. Shield plus rage reduction plus 40% expertise all compound to make Arthur's AoE hits land significantly harder. On the cautious side, Cortex and some community members argue, field back and forth disrupts stack maintenance. Shields in high damage environments gets popped immediately. The edge gained by 3 to 5 March setups is nowhere near what 6 to 7 March setups get from him.
Now let's talk about some potential pairings. Vercingetorix skill needs a primary commander that fires active skill frequently to maximize the 40% pre-active buff and generates combo attack for rage reduction stacking. This is the pairing with the highest community consensus rating at the moment. Chesky's video about testing show Arthur and Verci performing well. Verci provides 40% buff that makes Arthur's kit even harder, and he provides more survivability that makes Arthur's live longer to fully run up. Separately, Omniarch theorized that Arthur's skill 4 range reduction may also fit Verci's skill 2 stacks, though he noted that this needs in-game verification.
Omniarch also noted Lucha's combo mechanics contribute to Verci's rage reduction stacking. But there's an extra point to note. The March speed slow does not stack with other slows, it overrides.
Achilles and Vercingetorix have also generated some discussion among the community, since Achilles' combo and smite damage can receive Verci's buff. But since Achilles' extra trigger does not receive that 40% expertise buff, we can note this as a potential pairing for now, and the upper limits need to be confirmed with field data.
Here's some feedback from the community. Let's see what they're saying.
Some governors describe Vercingetorix' shield break rage mechanic as basically a built-in horn. Many see him as cavalry puzzle pieces that's been missing for years, giving Arthur real durability and pre-active burst.
In the Murder Ball, that is one cast from 1 March, and the shield fails. Not impressed. I don't think he's better than Philip or Hector. At best, he's the same power level. These are the two most repeated community questions.
In Rise of Kingdoms, his active skill is named Alesia Fortification, and the shield and support design reflect exactly that. Protect your allies, exhaust the enemy's rage, and slow their advance. The same strategy Vercingetorix tried 2,000 years ago.
In history, Vercingetorix deliberately abandoned several cities to concentrate his forces in the fortified hilltop of Alesia, betting he could hold out until a relief army arrived and caught the Romans between two fronts. Though ultimately defeated, he left behind an enduring legacy. In 19th century France, it was reborn as a national symbol of resistance against foreign conquest. Thank you to all the creators who put out content of Vercingetorix before launch. Chesky, Chisco Gaming, Omniarch, Cortex, and Ihara. And to every governor in the comments and community who shared their real take.
What's your read on Vercingetorix? Let us know in the comments and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!